Hey everyone, Wildcat here, and we are back with Construction Simulator. So now we've got the tutorial missions finished and complete. So now we're kind of like a little bit on, kind of like free roam, get out there and make some money, of course. But before we get in the game, I wanted to just go over a couple things here. So one of the things I like about this game is you come down here to the news, and boom, that takes you right to their site, and it tells you about all the new things that they have and stuff, right? Well, I guess not really their site, but the in-game thing. But it's nice because, it's not like you have to go to their site and search around to try and find this stuff, or go to a Discord channel or something to try and catch up to what's going on. So they have it right in the game, which is kind of nice. Lots of stuff they have going on. Lots of keep doing updates to it and add new equipment and everything. So that's pretty cool. It's nice to have that. I think a lot of the new games are doing that now, but it is nice to have because it makes it a lot simpler, so you can find out what's going on. The other thing I wanted to show here is that when you come into the game, your title screen. So this here is a character we're playing. If I go continue, it goes to that one. But what I wanted to show here, if we go to start game, so I got 3 characters going here, and one of the things that neat. So if we go to the Wildcat 1, we go start game. Now here you get that character can have 3 different saves to them. So which is kind of neat because you can go, as you see, I got 2 going here. So there is, I'd screwed up with one of the recordings that I was doing, so I started another one so that I could re-record the bit that I screwed up, so it would make sense in the video for anyone watching it. So, but you can have up to 3. Your other ones, like see, you can create a new company name for them. You can play under a different country, so you can play on a different map, and so then that's how you would load your different ones. If we go into the start menu and selecting what you want. So I'm just gonna back out all this because we're gonna carry on with their Wildcat 1. Alright, so when you finish the campaign mission, I had I've done a mission. Once the tutorials were done, I've done a mission, and I was recording it, and somewhere along the line I had stopped it, and then I thought I turned the camera back on or the recorder back on, but I didn't. So it basically, I got a hole dug in the ground, and all of a sudden there's a house there. Lost a lot of things in between the done. So I will, so I'm redoing the video, and I'm starting from scratch, so to speak, like. So basically what has happened is I've already done one since the tutorial mission, which is this house here that we built. So when you're done with the tutorial missions, you're going to have about $80,000 or $90,000. You can see I got 294, but that's why. It's because I had built this house and screwed up my recording. So I'm just going to redo the video with doing a different construction. So see if I can remember the things I was pointing out before in this. All right, so we come to the company. Okay, so back here in the first level, the small level, you get you can buy the mechanic shop for $50,000, right? And then as you can see, you get 4% faster repairs at a 5% discount on it. But the problem is you still need to go to the gas stations and finish this one off as well as up here in this one. So, in my opinion, there's no point in paying the $50,000 for this now when you can use that to buy PC equipment, because you're not going to be using this until you fulfill the other stuff anyways. So, that's just my opinion. It just makes it worthwhile to save it. So the other thing is now, of course, we can go to jobs. So you decide whether you're going to go between campaign or constructions. You can do campaigns, which you have to do one in order to finish the medium level off. The campaigns, they got you using some pretty neat equipment and stuff, right? But it's up to you. the start of the game, you're so broke anyways, you're mostly just going to be renting anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But I typically myself, I like to do contracts and get my money built up and buy some other equipment before I start doing the campaign stuff, right? So, and you get a choice between missions you can do. So like this one here, like 10,500, this here I think takes about 5 minutes to do. You can do it over and over and over again if you want. It's not like once they're done, they're done. You can go back and do them again. That was, I don't know, maybe kind of nice. Some of these smaller ones, like you might only need 10,000 to buy that piece of equipment, so you can do this and have your money in a couple of minutes, or you can wait, for a longer period of time. So I already done one, as I said, and then I screwed up with the recording, so I'm just gonna kind of carry on from where that left off. So we'll pick another house out of here to try and get some money. So I do have enough money that I could buy another piece of equipment too, but I like to wait until I can, have a chunk of money and buy a couple pieces, right? Like we need a truck and a trailer for sure. That's going to be around 400,000 or something, right? Or we could pay 200,000 for another piece of equipment, but at this stage I really like to have the truck and the trailer for hauling transports. But the other thing I wanted to show here, when you want to do a job, as you can see, so like this is when we come up to here, this is the airport, which is not in a job list yet, but the clipboard's here. So any place where there's a clipboard, if you click on it, then it'll show you what it is. You can say show contract, and then you could accept this if you wanted to as a job, right? And this one will give you $1.5 million. But you're going to be building a runway and stuff, so you're going to be doing asphalting, and it's going to cost you a bit of money for rent and stuff. So, but it's something if you wanted to, you could do it right off the bat for sure, or you could wait until you got some more equipment in that. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do, I think it was this one here. We'll do this guy here. He's got 6 stages to him. Just another house. Accept the contract. So of course the very first thing we're going to do is excavating. And I kind of like to look at the jobs. See what they're like, what I might want to use for digging the hole with. So the nice thing right now, of course, is because we have the dump truck. We know we're going to need a dump truck up there because taking the soil, you get paid for the dirt when you go dump it. So it's a good reason to spend your time doing it. Now, just to where are we going here? Up here. Save some time on the video. I'll just fast travel. Of course, that's one of the things you need to do is you need to fast travel so many times to complete one of the mission. Parameters or Alright, so it's not too bad of a construction site, so I think what I'll do is now these smaller ones you can use an excavator for doing them. The thing I find with the excavators, they take a lot of time to dig these holes, of course, because they're a smaller bucket unless you get one of the bigger ones with a bucket on. There are a couple that have bigger buckets. They do have some various sizes. But typically for doing those basement stuff, what I like to do them with is usually a front end loader because it's quicker. You can definitely move more material. Tighter areas is a bit of pain, but then again, you don't have to use front end loader. They got all kinds of, like you can see this one here. So this guy down here, this wheel loader is definitely bigger than this wheel loader. There's no doubt there, right? Or you get a smaller one like this. That would work fine for doing those. Or as I said, you can do it with an excavator if you want. You got this type of excavator, which is kind of neat. And then this one here's got a bigger bucket on them. but I like to do them with the loader. That one that I'm going to do it there with is probably a little. No. I'm looking at these loaders. They're smaller ones. I'm I think I said it one of my other ones. You know, when you do it, is go big or go home, right? Yeah, the bigger the better. But you know, that's not always necessarily the case. Sure, the bigger one's going to move more dirt, but I'll tell you, when your hole's the size of your loader, that makes it a little bit difficult to digger. So we're going to go with this baby. That was the one I was looking for, and we're just going to rent him. All right. Okay, so now we'll have to hop out of this truck so that we can get into the loader to get the loader up there. So now that I'm up here, I don't think, yeah, we don't need anything in there at this point in time. And we go to loader, enter. Okay, so the other thing I was going to point out here is don't forget to come to your profiles and assign your skill levels, your skill points, right? So I've already signed a couple. This here is your level that you're at. We're at level 6, and I'll go up to 7 when we get to 8,300. So we're almost there, almost going up another level, which will give me another skill point. And of course, you can assign them to being able to dig out more dirt, and your bucket can hold more dirt, or your dump truck can carry more dirt, or more asphalt, fuel efficiency, you know, less wear and tear in your vehicle, or it takes longer to wear them down. You know, so these are all handy. So just don't forget to come in here once in a while and assign your points. They do help down the road. Alright, so let's go back to here a little faster. I kind of wonder... oh no, we're down there. Oh, one of the other things is that you can do too, seeing how I'm on the map, is that we have this zone down here, right? And we also have this one up here. So if you're working up in this area and it's spawning your vehicles in at this shop, the way you can change that is if you click on this shop, then it'll start spawning them in on that shop up there. So just another nice little pointer, you know. Milestones, that's what they call the things. Like, yes, milestone that you have to do so many transportation or fast travels and move so much dirt and travel so many distances, and it's all kinds of little things in here. So this ain't quite as bad as the first mission I did in here that I screwed up with the recording on, because the first one, the loader was actually the size of the hole, which of course was this loader. And as you see, one of the drawbacks to this is he won't start really digging in until he gets into it a ways, right? So what's behind us doesn't get really dug into. But like I said, for digging the hole, it's way quicker. So it takes a while with the excavator just because of the smaller bucket. And you know, to start out with these ones, on these, they're going to be pretty small, fairly small holes that you have to do. That you dig out, but as you get into the game more, you get different missions. These will start getting bigger and bigger. You get one of an underground parking lot. You do, man, that thing is huge when it came to digging it out. You definitely wouldn't want to dig one of those out with an excavator, because you'll be there for weeks. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this dug out, and then we'll be back with the next stage of the process. Alright, so we got our dump truck loaded, so I just wanted to show this. You can drive the dirt down to the yard and dump it. And if you do so, you get a little bit more money. But another thing you can do if you didn't want to keep driving down there is you can come into here, you go to that guy, and you can go here and just empty it. If you go empty, it'll give you $7,059 if we do it here. But if you take it to the yard, it will pay you more money. So we'll go ahead and drive it down there and see how much more it'll pay. The other thing is, it'd be nice if you could bring the skirting over top of it so that it would you wouldn't lose as much dirt, because as you're driving, you can see it's bubbling out there on the side. And you go around corners, it will bubble out more. The faster you go, the more you lose. So you'll lose a little bit going there. So of course it'll bring the price down some. But we'll just go down there, and I'll be back when I get there to show how much difference you get money-wise. Alright, so we're entering the yard now. So you just drive straight in through here. Come park up on the grid over here, and this is where you can dump your stuff. Alright, so let's take a look at, so we were 7,092 we left up there, so we're down to 6,922 material. That's not too bad. When you overload the truck, you usually lose about $200 or $300 worth when you drive down here. Okay, so let's get out of that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and dump this. And I like what they done with this, because you know, back in the old days, you come up and that would just, and the box would be empty. You wouldn't actually see it sliding out. That's quite cool that they are able to do that now. Alright, oops, gonna put my box down here. Good thing to put it down before you start driving, because if you start driving, then you know, you might forget to put it down if you're not using external view. Okay, that gave us 84. We were at 6.9, so basically 7. That gave us about $1,400 or $1,500 more. You know, rough figuring. So, you know, I've known sometimes, like when you get the truck overloaded, that you can get up to about $2,500 more. So it kind of makes it worthwhile to come up here. Now, this is another feature I keep forgetting about. When you play with the gamepad external view, you can't change your view unless you use the mouse pad. And the feature I keep forgetting about. Okay, so you see in the bottom right where it has your information, where your speed is and your fuel and all that stuff. There's a steering wheel there, and you see if I move the mouse pad, it turns to camera. Well, you can push down on the left stick on your gamepad and it turns it to camera, and then you can rotate the screen with the right stick. So you do have your camera view when you're external view driving the trucks, and you can do the same thing when you're inside the truck. And if you don't move it for about 3 seconds, then it flips back to the steering wheel automatically. So there is a way to change your view in the outside or while you're in the vehicles without having to use the mouse. Now, I'm not 100% sure if it works like that with the equipment. I'll have to check and see. But anyways, we'll get back up there and be back.